What happened in New Jersey was supposed to be another stop on BTS's massive ARIRANG World Tour. But somehow, one Jungkook moment has managed to become the part that many ARMY simply cannot stop talking about. And if you have already seen the short clips circulating online, you may think you know exactly what happened. But there is a much bigger story behind those few seconds. Because when Jungkook stepped onto the stage at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, on August 2nd, something about his presence immediately grabbed attention. The energy, the expression, the movement, the way he connected with the crowd, and especially the way fans captured those moments from different angles created the kind of concert footage that can suddenly take on a life of its own online. And the question is simple. What exactly made this Jungkook moment so unforgettable for ARMY? BTS had already made New Jersey a major destination on the ARIRANG World Tour. The group was scheduled for 2 performances at MetLife Stadium, bringing their 7-member return to one of the biggest stages in the United States. For fans, this was not simply another concert date. It was a major moment. Thousands of ARMY arrived with their ARMY bombs, concert outfits, banners, phones, and the expectation that they were about to witness something they would remember for years. The atmosphere was already intense before the first note was even played. And then Jungkook appeared. This is where the story becomes much more interesting. One of the clips being shared by fans shows Jungkook performing under the concert lights, microphone in hand, completely immersed in the moment. His stage presence immediately catches attention. But it is not simply the outfit. It is not even one isolated movement. It is the combination of Jungkook's performance energy and the reaction surrounding him that makes the footage so compelling. There is something different about seeing Jungkook perform inside a stadium filled with ARMY. On a small screen, you can hear the song and see the choreography. But when the camera pulls back and you realize there are thousands of lights surrounding him, the scale suddenly changes. The performer is no longer just Jungkook on a stage. He becomes the center of an enormous visual wave created by the audience. And that is precisely why short concert clips can become so powerful. A short video can sometimes communicate an entire concert experience without explaining anything. A facial expression lasts for a second. A hand movement lasts even less. A change in lighting happens almost instantly. But ARMY notices every detail. Fans pause the video. They replay it. They zoom in. They share screenshots. They compare different angles. And suddenly, a moment that lasted only seconds inside a stadium becomes a conversation happening across social media. That appears to be what happened with the Jungkook footage circulating from East Rutherford. But there is another reason this particular performance feels important. Jungkook is not performing at the beginning of BTS's journey back to the stage. He is performing after months of enormous expectations surrounding BTS's full group return. ARIRANG is not just another title on a set list. It represents a new chapter for BTS as a complete group, and the World Tour has taken that chapter across major cities and stadiums. So when ARMY watches Jungkook on that stage, they are not necessarily seeing only a singer performing another song. They are seeing Jungkook back where he belongs. On stage. In front of BTS fans. And that emotional context changes everything. Think about the journey. BTS returned to the world stage with ARIRANG after the members had spent years navigating individual activities and military service. Fans waited for the moment when all 7 would once again stand together as BTS. Then came the new music, the tour, the huge venues, and the international schedule. Every concert becomes another piece of that reunion story. And in East Rutherford, Jungkook looked completely comfortable inside that world again. That confidence is one of the things fans are reacting to. There is a particular quality to Jungkook when he performs live. Away from the stage, his personality can appear quieter, playful, or relaxed. But when the music begins, his entire presence changes. His posture becomes sharper. His expressions become more focused. His movements become deliberate. And the microphone becomes almost an extension of his hand. That contrast is part of his appeal. It is also why a simple concert clip can become so addictive to watch. You may start by watching the first 2 seconds because Jungkook looks good. Then you notice his expression. Then the crowd. Then the lighting. Then the movement in the background. Then you replay it. And suddenly, a few seconds have become several minutes because you're trying to catch details you missed the first time. And here is the part that makes this story even more interesting. The East Rutherford show was not built around Jungkook alone. It was a full BTS concert. The group's ARIRANG production features all 7 members, creating a massive stadium experience designed to bring BTS and ARMY together. That means Jungkook's moment happened inside something much bigger. He was surrounded by RM, Jin, SUGA, J-Hope, Jimin, and V. He was performing as part of BTS. Yet, for a few seconds, the camera happened to find him at exactly the right moment. And that is often how unforgettable concert moments are born. Not necessarily because someone planned them. Not necessarily because the artist announced that something special was about to happen. Sometimes it is simply the perfect combination of performer, lighting, timing, camera angle, and audience reaction. That is why ARMY can watch the same performance from different angles and discover something new each time. One camera catches Jungkook's face. Another captures the choreography. Another shows the crowd. Another catches the enormous stadium atmosphere. And suddenly, the same moment feels completely different depending on where you are watching from. Now imagine being there in person. The lights go down. The stadium changes. Thousands of ARMY bombs begin glowing around you. Then the stage comes alive. And somewhere in the middle of that chaos, Jungkook walks into the spotlight. For the people inside MetLife Stadium, there is no replay button. There is no pause. There is no chance to rewind and watch the expression again. The moment happens once. That is what makes live concerts so powerful. And perhaps that is why ARMY reacted so strongly to the clips afterward. Because the video may be short, but the memory behind it is enormous. There is also something especially interesting about BTS returning to the New Jersey area after their FIFA World Cup appearance. Jungkook and the other members had already performed for a massive global audience during the World Cup final. Then BTS returned to the same region for their own concert. But this time, the crowd was there specifically for BTS. This time, the purple lights belonged to ARMY. And this time, Jungkook had an entire concert to show exactly why his live performances remain such a major part of BTS's appeal. There is another detail that should not be overlooked. Jungkook's stage presence has continued to evolve. Not simply because he is the youngest member of BTS, but because his performance style has developed through years of experience. When he performs live, there is a sense that he understands exactly how to use the stage. He knows when to be explosive. He knows when to pull back. He knows when a facial expression can communicate more than a huge movement. And he knows how to make a stadium audience feel like he is looking directly at them. That is not an easy skill. It comes from experience. And in New Jersey, ARMY had a front row view of it through countless phones and cameras. But that brings us to the real reason this moment matters. It is not because one clip automatically proves that Jungkook stole the entire concert. It is not because every ARMY had exactly the same reaction. And it certainly is not because we need to exaggerate what happened to make the story interesting.